Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome back to the Yokai Watch 4 Let's Play. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went through all 3 missions with Hover Neon, and we got to go and learn a little bit of some info with Tamamo that is going to be going on from here, but we are still going to be on the lookout for where she is going to be for right now within this episode, because we just got some information from Jabonyon, and with him sniffing around within the area of the Yokai world, it seems like we're smack dab right here into the Yokai world of the downtown portion part of our time, where that is where Tamamo is going to be having one of her favorite foods that are going to be here within the restaurant. But however, here in the downtown part of the Yokai world, this is where we can go and find ourselves with the bizarre case of number 24, the main type of case that we've been looking for this whole entire time, where we can now finally get ourselves with the reward of the Wand of Chaos. Now, unfortunately, I did do a little bit of the mission that was happening here as well too, with everything that had to go on with the main mission. It seems like we can't really go and do too much about it for right now, even though that we did go and find the food thief that was supposed to be happening within the objective here, but it looks like there is going to be have to do with something else that's going to be happening within the mission that I don't really know too much about, because again, within some of these side quest missions, these type of missions don't really have the English translation to it, so I'll have to go and try and find a guide a little bit later on to hopefully at least get ourselves with the Wand of Chaos, so then we can get ourselves with that watch being rank, which that would be really nice to go and have, and then we can be able to go and find some extra more other rewards and other Krakenkai coins as well too, and hopefully get to go and use that to at least get ourselves with a Shogun Yon out of all things back over at Mount Wildwood, which I think that would be really nice. But there it is, that exclamation point, that is where that yokai spider is going to be, which it is an actual spider, which we had never got to go and see before. This is actually something I want to say that Tamamo is actually bringing out during the time of the different phases of what is going to happen here within the battle with Tamamo here in the yokai world. Now, if you guys do recall, we have went about Tamamo before, just with her single form of what was going on from here, but now she's going to bring out with some friends of hers within the next type of phase, and still, again, she is going to be in her regular form, so nothing else is going to happen from there. But later on, though, once we go and head into the next portion part of it, that is where the actual physical battle with Tamamo is going to be, to see her true form that is going to happen. And I want to say her type of design of what's going on with Tamamo is a little bit creepy, if I have to say so myself. It looks like something that came out of like Red Dead Redemption or something, but a little bit more cartoony in a way for what's going on here. But here's the chef tuna guy out here, and there's Tamamo, of course, and she's going to be trying to get her food, but she's going to go and pinpoint us out here once she goes to spots us out here. And later on throughout this particular part of the segment, she's going to go and try to run away like a coward, and it seems like we'll have to go and do another little main part of the mission that's going to happen, where I believe she's going to like try to clone herself into like other different yokai that's going to be around. So you want to be a little bit careful and try to figure out exactly who is the true yokai that Tamamo is actually controlling around, because I believe all that you have to go and do is just kind of just use your yokai watch, and you should be able to go and hopefully try to pinpoint exactly who Tamamo is actually being the clone that's going to be around here. But let's just go and chase her down. She looks like she just ran up into this position up here out of the entrance way, it looks like, throughout here of the downtown area. So let's just go and see what is happening around within here. And it seems like we unfortunately lost her, but not only that, but we got the two annoying guys that are also here with Sudatoji and Vodera are just going to be showing up once again. But not to worry, we're not going to have to go and do a battle with these guys at all, but it seems like these guys are just more inclined onto having some food and trying to figure out what type of food that they want to have, because Sudatoji wants some sort of food, and then Vodera wants to kind of switch things up a little bit, so they're kind of undecided at this point in time. But anyways, within these 2 videos for today, not only are we going to be doing out here with Yokai Watch 4, but if you guys don't know, we are doing Okami HD. We are going to be having to go and I want to say head on into some more stuff on the Waku Shrine. We got ourselves with the 13th brush technique from Inagami. Pretty nice with that. We got ourselves with the ice technique as well too. So we are going to have to go and use that with our time a little bit more within the actual main dungeon. That's going to happen. But I believe within the next video of Okami HD, that is where we're going to have to go and do our first of many different battles within the boss fight that is going to happen within there. Because I believe there's actually 2 different boss fights that we have to go and do, right? Because I believe during the lore of everything that's going on with the Kamui and the whole darkness type of stuff that's going on with the snowstorm that is going on within Kamui, there is 2 different bosses that we have to go and face off with. So we'll have to go and do those guys a little bit later on for now. But yes, so here is the mission now. This is where we have to go and search for the different clones own type of stuff that has to happen here with that Tamamo. So this is the same location where that yokai spider was at, which we couldn't really go do anything about it, but there is Kyubi, so we can go and talk it over to Kyubi here and see if Kyubi is basically Tamamo in disguise. But basically it seems like that is not going to be the case though, because Kyubi actually does go and say like, well, you know, you could just actually just go and use your yokai watch to see who the actual true form is. But seems like, unfortunately, even though we just went and spoke to Kyubi there, nothing has really changed around. So it looks like Hover Neon is just staying vigilant here within our time. So we'll have to go and head to the next guy. So this is where Crystal Fox is going to be, another yokai that we have seen before within our way of the overworld. Now, something is really cool here that we never got to go and use too much, and that is the scaling jumping ability, which I believe was also something in and I want to say in Yokai Watch 2, like I want to say in the Fleshly Souls, Bonely Spirits, and also with Psychic Specters, which I believe you could actually go and scale along within the actual walls, and you could actually head into different certain little special locations and get some extra cool little rewards here and there. And that's how we just went and got ourselves with a nice little special reward just by having to scale and jump around with the different wallings here. But yeah, with Crystal Fox, she's gonna try to basically like kind of lie her way into saying that like, oh well, maybe I'll be like Tamamo or something of that type of nature. But she's actually really not Tamamo at all. She's just trying to just feel like she's like somewhat important throughout this mission, but not really. So we're just gonna have to just go and run away from that situation for right now. But now we have ourselves with just one more area, and that is gonna be heading into a brand new destination for right now, which we're not gonna go into too much details within this way. But this is where we can actually go and meet up with the actual real Tamamo that is going to happen around over here, because there's going to be somebody that's going to seem a little bit off and a little bit strange and not really a part of what's happening here within the yokai world anyways. And yeah, so just kind of just use your yokai watch here, kind of check around a little bit, and voila, there you go. Tamamo has finally shown up and appeared out in here within our time of the yokai world. So now let's go and finally go and do a battle, and let's go and finally do this here and right now. Now, throughout our way of this whole little bit of the different segments here between the just the normal type of phase battle here with Tamamo and with some of her goons, and then also as well with the actual boss battle with Tamamo, Jack is finally going to become a part of our team, and that's going to be something really cool. And I believe Jack is going to be the last and final member of our team now, so that's going to be really handy. Now, I want to say Jack's special ability, all that too much, is I think just for healing up your yokai and also yourself as well too. So it does, like, I know that like some of the other different like party like type of special abilities that happen for both with like Prox and also with Summer, all that much is just kind of more so of like kind of like boosting up on like different other things, or even kind of like getting like extra special attacks. But we're going to go and have to set up for Celestial Suzaku out here with Bruno and try to get some extra damage off. Now, this is going to be doing quite a bit of damage right there, so that actually did a lot of damage to Tamamo. But yeah, so Tamamo is very easy out here in this battle. Now, unfortunately here with Gyukis, though, these type of weird spider yokai, they do have defenses that kind of get boosted up here with their annoying physical barriers that are here. But again, if you do have like a perfect yokai, kind of like somewhat of like a shadow side form of like Jibanyan, you could just still be able to just do like so much damage to them that you could just be able to just get like as much damage as you can to get right off from them, and you should at least just be able to get like a nice good win, hopefully by defeating one of them as pretty quickly as you can from here. But yeah, that Claws of Fury move does insane amount of damage. Same with also with having Gusto as well too. So like even having both with Meta and also with Barker on the team, even with Gusto kind of just sitting on the bench side, like once I go in barrel with Barker and use Barker for like the boss battles, it's gonna be really nice out here with Tamamo, because like that also special ability as well too does like insane amount of damage. But there we go. So now we're going to go and I think this is what, Suzaku out here with Cole. So we're going to have to go and just use Suzaku out here for our time and just start going absolutely crazy. I could have probably went into Genbu though, and I could have probably went and got like myself like a little bit so much more like better type of attacking. But either way, with the Oni Claw, it's already down and out. We already have that special attacking type of equipment already set to our Oni Claw anyways, so it actually does a little bit more better damage. But that's how we do it. We got ourselves with the win right there, but the battle's not over just yet, because now what's going to happen here is that Tamamo is actually going to go and decide to use Tay's soul. That's going to happen, and actually decide to go into a much more crazier transformation. And this is how we're going to see that type of weird creature look-alike thing from like Red Dead Redemption in a much more cartoony type of aspect that's going to happen here. But yeah, so for his sake, I can't afford to lose. But yeah, so unfortunately, it seems like for right now, Tamamo is going to go and do what's going to happen here. So yep, that's Tay's soul. That's not good. Oh boy. And there it is. It's like some sort of weird horse-like creature that's gonna happen, and that's what happened with Tamamo. So I guess what Tamamo's like kind of design kind of looks more like is probably like the different like what's it, like the four horses of like, I can't remember what the actual name is, but I know they got like war, pestilence, famine, and also with death. So I'm pretty certain that I think with everything that's going on here with Tamamo looking like what type of those horses are all about, I think that's probably like at least like the actual death horse that's gonna happen here, right? So that's gonna be a little bit scary. And that's even more creepy with having that weird mouth. Because I know that we kind of saw that before with Tamamo's regular form, but then you got to go and see it here in this other weird sadistic form. But there we go. We got Susan. Now, Susan will actually become an active character later on within our team. But for right now, Susan is just going to kind of just chill around, just be an extra party member alongside with us. But not going to, like, get himself, like, destroyed or anything. But he's just going to be there to at least get some extra damage off as we can. But here we go. Let the boss battle finally begin here. We got ourselves with Tamamo No Mae. So now this is where we kind of have to go and figure out exactly what's going to happen throughout here. Now we're going to use the useful Vigor. Now I believe this is just the healing aspect, so that just kind of heals up on everybody. Nothing really too much important from there, but let's just go and kind of set up for some other things for right now. I'm just going to go and keep on punching our way by using our time out here with Lex. Now, I could go and use another special power-up there, but I think we're going to kind of have to wait a little bit later on for with having Lex. But yeah, so there you go. So now we got ourselves a critical, so we at least made sure that Tamamo actually went and kind of fell over before she was going to go and set up for any type of other crazy moves. But yeah, so just make sure that you have, like, at least with, like, Komasan or at least with somebody else that has, like, at least some sort of healing power, and just kind of stay around inside the healing circle so that you can always be able to go and get the best type of healing as you want. So it works out well there. Unfortunately, got ourselves smoke screened over here by Tamamo, but not to worry. This is actually during a little bit into the actual battle. I was kind of losing out on some different party members, however, but we're still good for right now. But we are going to make sure to go and at least make sure that Tamamo gets destroyed. Yeah, that one particular move, though, actually does heal up on Tamamo, so you want to be a little bit careful when you kind of have any other type of other yokai kind of around within the area here. But let's go ahead and set that up. Come on, Barker, you got this. Just keep on attacking as best as you can. No. Oh, man. But I think this is where I'm going to have to go and switch into our other guy out here. That's going to have to be with Silver, though. Silver's the last one to go and at least stay alive here for now. But if I can at least get one more hit, maybe Susan can probably do it. There we go. Nice. So good job. Susan went and took care of the last hit right there. And now we got ourselves with a nice good victory in our disposal right there. And now we can go and move on into a little bit more within the actual story. And I believe this should be the last bit, because there is nothing for us to go and do here in the yokai world, unless if we want to go and take care of the bizarre cases around within this way. And that is what we are going to have to go and plan out on doing, probably in our potential next episode, if I can go and figure out how this whole Bizarre Case 24 actually works. Because if I could figure out on how we could get that one to Chaos and then kind of mush everything together and finally get that... finally get all the different items that we do need, that's like somewhat relatively important for us to go and use within our time out here in Yokai Watch 4 by having that bumpy shield, and also with having that special parfait type of item there, and give that over to Bruno's grandmother. We should be able to at least get ourselves with that rank B that we do need right there. So now Alistair's going to try to talk on over here to Tamamo and also try to figure out where the other different souls also went to. But Tamo's saying that apparently it went to somebody else. And there's also going to be some sort of enema tournament that's going to happen here. So I'm not really too much certain on what this whole tournament's going to be all about. So it could probably be like some sort of like crazy gauntlet type of match that's going to happen. So we'll probably have to stock up with a lot of items before we even go and do anything around with that. So there we go. Tamo decides to flee like a coward once again. But you know what? We'll have to go and learn some more information about that a little bit later on from here. But it kind of sucks now that unfortunately we won't be able to go and have Hover Neon on our team anymore after this. Because Hover Neon was actually somewhat pretty cool of a yokai to kind of see him do some of his different battles here. But yeah, so there's Tsunetoji of Odera. And it seems like they're kind of more intrigued on what's happening with Summer. Because I know that we kind of see some different things that was happening around with Summer. And I think that could probably be what Tsunetoji is looking for. So I'll have to be more other extra parts of that later on within the game that we'll start to kind of figure out though. But it looks like we're going back to the door. Yokai World is almost nearly complete. But now I believe this is where we are finally going to have Jack on our team now. So this is where we're going to get the actual introduction with having Jack here. Because I know that before, back in the back in the Springdale of the past, the Yokai Watch actually did not work out as well, and Yamaba was actually talking about that as well within the whole Yokai Watch, is that it seemed like it just wasn't ready yet for Jack to go and use it. But now, within this time of Chapter 7, finally it looks like the Yokai Watch is finally in that way there, and Susan is also going to be joining alongside with us as well too. So I'm actually going to be nicknaming this Yokai after another fellow YouTuber online friend, and that of course is going to be with Inferno Man. So if you guys haven't went and ever checked out on Inferno Man's channel, I recommend that you guys go ahead and do so. I know that like both him and I think also Lyle and Luigi kind of do like some different collabs together and whatnot. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they kind of do collabs and whatnot with them together. So I will have to go and do a nickname for Lyle and Luigi at some point, because he's also a good content creator as well too. Does some awesome good PokeTubing type of stuff as well. I think he also does do like competitive Pokemon as well too, which I'm not really into too much competitive gaming all that too much with Pokemon anymore, but I'll probably may cut back to that at some point later on down the road. I don't know. Kind of gave up on that since like 2014. But there it is. There's the ending of our time here in the Yokai World. And now let's go and finally do the autosave here. And this is where I'm going to go and end off with the episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one from when we go and continue on with some more of our time within the Yokai Watch 4 game. And of course, peace.